Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins, and I've been treating people struggling with narcissism and emotional abuse issues for over a decade. You may have heard about my book, When Loving Him is Hurting You, that talks about the effects of narcissistic and emotional abuse on women. In addition to helping thousands of women heal, I've developed a treatment program that treats the perpetrators of narcissistic and emotional abuse called the Comprehensive Core. It's a program unlike any other. No program around like it anywhere in the world. If you are looking for help for someone with narcissistic and emotional abuse issues, please consider our Comprehensive Core treatment program. Can trust be rebuilt in a narcissistic and emotionally abusive relationship? Well, the short answer is yes, and the long answer is it takes a lot of work, an awful lot of work, but it can be done. Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins, Director of the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute, and I want to walk you through the steps needed for restoring trust in an emotionally and narcissistically abusive relationship. What we have found at the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute is that the majority of folks really want hope for restoring their relationship. There's still love in the relationship. Not always the case, but often the case. Folks want hope. They want to see if there are any ways that a relationship can move from being abusive to being healthy. Well, a foundation for that is restoring trust. Trust is a foundation for a relationship. Trust is what says to me, I know that you will keep your word, and I know that what I am concerned about, what is important to me, is important to you. I know that you really care about me, and therefore I can trust you. Can you see the incredible importance of trust? And so when trust is broken, I can't trust you. Well, I can't trust you with what? Maybe I can't trust you with my money. It might be I can't trust you with my heart, my personhood. Because, my goodness, I want to be able to go through my day thinking you're going to do what you say you're going to do. You are who you say you are. You're going to be who you say you're going to be. It's foundational, folks. Foundational. All right. 5 steps for restoring broken trust. Step number 1 is understanding that the trust rebuilding is a process. It's not one and done. It's not, oh, whoops, I'm sorry, whoops, I'm sorry, whoops, no. It takes work. It's understanding this is going to be a process. And I get it. It's hard work. We both get it. It's hard work. We're in this together and we can figure this out, but we are going to rebuild the trust. We understand that there is a process to this, that violating trust is a big, big, big deal. Number 2, understanding what is the injury, being able to name the injury. What is the injury? Is it an injury or is it a re-injury? Has this been an issue that we've already talked about a number of times, and now there is a re-injury? And what is the impact of opening up an old wound again? Now we need to talk about it in a new and different way. Point number 3, the burden of the rebuilding is on the betrayer. The rebuilding process The burden for that is on the violator, the betrayer. That person is the one that needs to say, man, I get it. It's on me to rebuild trust in this relationship. Point number 4, being able to really talk about the wrongfulness of what happened. I have a 5-step process for that. Being able to say, I did it, and name it. I did it. It was wrong, and naming what was wrong with this action. I am sorry, and being able to convey a godly sorrow, a regret for having violated you and our relationship and our sacred trust. I can see the impact on you, and being able to name that. And then here's what I'm going to do to restore the relationship. I did it. I was wrong. I am sorry. I can see the impact on you. And here's what I'm going to do to restore the relationship. Brings us to point number 5. After we have talked about the injury or the re-injury and what was wrong in that, now we re-establish or establish new boundaries, a new sacred trust. And by the way, it's not obligatory that you trust me again after I've harmed you. Not obligatory at all. Trust is something that we extend to another person as we feel safe in order to do so. And sometimes it's given and sometimes it's not. Or maybe it's given partially. All right. What are these steps in this difficult process of rebuilding trust? Again, it is understanding that this is a process to rebuild trust. It is being able to talk about the injury or the re-injury again. It is the wounding person being able to take on that burden of rebuilding the trust. It is about being able to name and talk about and take ownership for the violation and the impact of the violation. And then it's about reestablishing or establishing new boundaries. I can trust you to do this. We have a clear agreement about that. Sometimes, by the way, couples like to write down these sacred trust agreements. We're not going to spend more than blank amount of money without talking to one another. We're not going to have any private emails going to people that our mate doesn't know about. We're not going to have private conversations that our mate doesn't know about. We're going to have different guidelines that create safety and trust and transparency in the relationship. All right. Those are kind of some bare bones steps, folks, that you can take if you want to reestablish trust in your relationship. We at the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute can help you with this process if you'd like our help. You're going to want to contact our client care team. They will help you determine the next step. And you're going to want to click on that link to subscribe to future videos. All right. I hope this has been helpful. We're with you. Take care and God bless.